In this video, we are going to graph the function f of x equals 4 cosine 2x plus pi. But first we're going to find the amplitude, period, and phase shift of the function, and then we're gonna sketch the graph. So I would like to mention that the function is basically in the form of a cosine bx minus c. This number a would represent the amplitude, the b will help us to find the period, and c, the bx minus c, will tell us whether the function is shifted to the right or left. So let's get started with the amplitude. I'm gonna label the amplitude as an a, and that's the number of 4. And then also, since we added, I'm gonna label number 2b and pi c. Then the other thing I would like to do first is that notice how this is written as a bx minus c. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rewrite this function as 2x minus negative pi. Okay, and now we have it in this form. So again, the pi is gonna be, negative pi is gonna represent the c. Okay, and I'm gonna write here f of x equals. So let's get started with the amplitude. So amplitude is the absolute value of 4, and that equals 4. Then we're going to write down the period. So the period for sine and cosine function is 2 pi, but in this case we have a 2 pi divided by b, which equals 2 pi divided by 2, and that is pi. Okay, 2 and 2 cancels, and we have pi. So that's the period. Now we're going to look at the phase shift. So I'm gonna write phase shift. So the phase shift is going to be, there are more ways to solve. Maybe you saw other way. I like the c over b because I noticed that to be really simple for my students. Again, this is c, negative pi. If the function was written as 2x minus pi, then the c would be only pi, then this would be c. But in this case, we did rewrite it as a minus negative pi, so the c is negative pi over, and the b is 2. Now, some teachers might show first to factor the 2x plus pi. There are more ways to go around it, or more ways to go about it, but I personally just like to leave it the way it is and just write c over b. I found this simple. So, okay, let's get to steps or the key points or increments. We're going to take the period and we're going to divide by 4. So in this case, we have a pi over 4. All right, now we can attempt to graph the function, but I know that my starting point is negative pi over 2. That might be somewhere here. And then I know that, well, from here, I just know that it's gonna be like 1 period long, this graph, but I'm not sure exactly where it's gonna end. I have an idea, but let's just find out what else we need. So first, if you like, you can double check and see what this point is. So what we're gonna do, we can write 0 is less than 2x plus pi. That is less than 2 pi. And basically, we're gonna solve the inequality for x, and we're gonna get our starting point and our ending point. So subtract pi from all those parts, we get 2x is less or equal 2 pi minus pi is pi. And now we're gonna divide by 2, so we get negative pi over 2 is less or equal x, and that is less or equal pi over 2. Now this will tell us that my graph starts at negative pi over 2 and it ends somewhere at pi over 2, and between we're gonna have like different sections of the graph. Okay, but I wanna graph this little bit better, so I'm gonna erase this part and just draw it again. Now the other thing that I like to have is my point. So I'm gonna start like x1 equals, the starting point is negative pi over 2 because that is where the graph shifted, and the graph shifted to the left. Also notice that if our graph is, if our function is 2x plus pi, the function is gonna shift to the left. If it's minus pi, it's gonna shift to the right. So now we have x2 equals, so the second point is going to be, we're gonna start the first one and add pi over 4 the step to our first, which equals 4 is the common denominator, and this is going to be negative pi over 4. So the third one is going to be negative pi over 4 plus pi over 4, which equals 0. The next point is going to be 0 plus pi over 4, which is pi over 4. And the last one is gonna be pi over 4 plus pi over 4. That is 2 pi over 4, which is pi over 2. So notice that our first point is negative pi over 2, our last point is pi over 2. And of course this function continues, but we just want to graph the one period of this function. So let's try again. This is my x-axis, y-axis. Sorry, it's not the best line. So y-axis, here is the number 4. And the lowest number is negative 4. I have a 0, and we have first number negative pi over 2, that's the starting point. Then it's negative pi over 4. If we add pi over 4, we get 0. Adding more pi over 4, we get pi over 4. And eventually we get pi over 2 if we add another pi over 4. Now we are ready to graph the function. Again, this is a cosine function, so the cosine function starts on the top, unlike sine function, which will start at 0. And since the function has moved, we're going to start at negative pi over 2, go down to negative pi over 4, then we have negative 4, go back to pi over 4, and end at pi over 2. So the function looks kind of like this. If we wanted to continue, the function just goes again down and over here, okay? Now, this is only like one period of the function. And now, if you wanted to check whether the answers are correct, let's say negative 4 is, here is a 0. You can plot in 0 for x. 2 times 0 is 0 plus pi. You get cosine of pi is negative 1, and times 4 would be negative 4. So we would get the answer negative 4. I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please let me know and I will try to answer your questions. Or if you like to see some other problem solved or any other function graphed. Thank you for watching.